Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense with a comical approach. If you do not like my sense of humor, or dark humor, if you want to be more specific and more technical, get the hell off the page. Okay. But other than that, if you have any comments, suggestions, questions, which most of you idiots don't ask, okay, or anything else, or insults, you put it down below, and I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience. But of course, I must make this video, and then I'm going to sleep, because I had an argument with my wife, and I had to kick her out butt naked out of my house, okay, for a temporary timing. And then the police came, and the police are like, "What's he doing?" And I said, "Do you want to arrest me? This is my house." I'm just joking. But anyway, I just wasted 1 minute and 13, 15, 16 seconds of your time. Thank you very much for your time. Now, on to the subject I was going to talk to you about, and this subject will be about gene characteristics and, of course, descriptions. Mind you this, okay, that anything I say that does not make any sense, you put it down below, and I will read into it, do my research, as you should be doing as well. And then I will tell you that you're still wrong, because I do a lot of research and deep thinking. I have the best of both worlds, white, black, German, Indian, that's me. That's me, a mixture. I hear voices, I got mental illnesses, but I'm not a hypochondriac. Okay? You know what my hypochondriac is? You know what a hypochondriac is? Person who's always prone to illness. Okay? Now, when I give this description of these genes, okay, you study eugenics. This has been studied way back before the 1920s. All right? Okay? I've learned this just by observation alone. But then I realized how accurate I was. I'm like, wow, there are people who's actually getting artificial inseminated genes within their pussy holes to have a more athletic built person by 70% accuracy. It's very expensive, but you do the research, you'll find it. Okay, now, okay, when I speak about genetic characteristics and descriptions, I'm talking about most of the time. Okay, most of the time. Either you have a black gene or you have a white gene. I'm not talking about 3 different types, okay? I'm talking about 2 particular genes that have more prominent characteristics in either white or black. So, but I'm going to start off with white. And when I say white, you can look at a person and tell them that they're white. When you look at me, you think I'm more black. It doesn't matter, okay? I'm going to give descriptions of each individual thing so you won't get confused, babies. Because a lot of people get confused about things like this, okay? And I'm like, I just explained it to you, and they still don't understand, okay? It's very annoying talking to liberal people all across the world who are very religious and believe that there is a God, and they never saw him. But of course, there's a possibility of one, but I haven't seen it, okay? But I keep my mind open. Maybe there is. I just wasted some of your seconds. But now, let's get to it. Okay, now, this is a fact. These are facts. 70% of the world has been dominated by the imperialistic, white, Caucasoid, European/empire, Oriental people, okay? Peoples of the earth destroyed this planet. 70%, okay? Wow. We're not talking about the Moors here, okay? The Moors is a very old and decrepit thing that we should not be talking about here. But they say they own the whole entire world. Okay? So we're not going to go into history too much. But we're going to go by statistics, research, and stereotypicals. Here we go. Now, this is the white gene. I'm just going to put it in 2 different types of genes. I told you this has already been documented in the past. Before the 1920s. The Caucasoids already mapped out which characteristics and human behavior and which you may match with, okay? All right? I told you, I'm a mix of both worlds, baby. I have both worlds in me. I can dance a little bit. I can dance, and I can think of some complex terms in my head, okay? I like math, and I like science, okay? But let's go down the list here. Okay, now, when I'm talking about the white gene, I'm talking about most Orientals, Italians, Europeans, Germans, lighter-skinned folk, yellow-skinned folk, okay? Usually, 9 times out of 10, they got average size to small little penises, okay? I don't have an average size to small little penis. I guess I'm more black than. But, of course, I have other features that shows that I'm white, okay? But that's another subject, okay? But you already know what they are, okay? I have a mixed breed, a bag full of shit, okay? Now, let's go down the list here. I'm going to mix them all together, where you may consider them positive attributes, and some of you fools may call them negative attributes, okay, or traits, or whatever you want to call it. You can mix the term up if you want, okay? Now, 9 times out of 10, most lighter-skinned folks, especially Orientals and Chinese and Japanese, they are slave thinkers like a motherfucker, okay? If you look at the motherfucking Egyptian wall, you will see that there are blacks bowing down to one white man on the wall somewhere. I seen it, and I was like, what the hell is this? They were a genetic experiment. The Egyptian gods, or the pharaoh, which could be a made-up story, it doesn't really matter if it's real or not. The dog heads, the Horus, the Sets, they created an experiment with genetic modification, okay, and created a white man, which, of course, they had a big old battle or something like that, and they fled to the Caucasoid Mountains. It's a deep-ass story, okay, and they came up together as one. Eventually, they came up with the round table and the 12 tribes and destroyed the Africans. And now most of the Africans are in Africa, Middle East somewhere. Think about that. The Moors no longer exist because of this shit. Okay? But I don't know if it's true or not. It's just a little piece of history. Now, let's go down the list. Okay. Slave thinkers they are. They have something called the God complex. Might go over 10 minutes with this. It's already 7 minutes. The God complex is usually, I'm better than you. Okay, I'm better than you. But so does black people have this too. But we're going to go down to the white list first, okay? Alien conspiracies. So they're not going to tell you. They like to hide things. Master liars. Master manipulators. Okay, politics. Okay, they love anal and also vaginal. Okay, of course you already know that they love the ass. They love the booty. Okay, go back in your history, study it. Homosexualities. That was the Greeks. The Greeks was loving that shit. The Romans was loving that shit. They tried to keep it hidden, but they couldn't hold it no longer. That shit ain't happening in Africa, I tell you that. Okay, now, let's see. Fetishes. They love fetishes. Smacked, whipped, and spit on, and drinking things, and eating bloody coochie, and Bloody Mary. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, microbiology. They like that shit, too. Okay, genetic experimentation. There you go. Artificial insemination. There you go. Bombs. That's the German side, really, though. There's different species of whites, Caucasoids, Europeans, what you want to call it. You can run it the way you want to run it. Okay? They're hypochondriac as fuck. They go out in the sun and they burn. You ever heard of human combustion? Spontaneous combustion? Some of them bastards be blowing the fuck up and burning and shit in the chair and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? How the fuck does a person just blow up in a chair and burn the fucking thing seared? Everything is burned except the hands and the feet. That's kind of strange, don't you think? Cancer and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Quirky movements, they have to learn how to dance. They don't dance like Africans, baby. Okay, people say they don't have a soul. Okay, but who cares I don't give a fuck about that shit. I'm just talking about stereotypicals and some facts along the way here, okay? Now, okay, what else? Resistant to cold, they have hot blood. Okay, they have hot blood. Okay, that's what it says. All of the research. Okay, they have the RH factor, negative RH. I was reading about the RH factor the other time. I was like, what the fuck is this? And this is from the alien fucking genes or some shit. I think that's an intellectual gene. Okay, I have O type blood, okay, which is a very rare and powerful type of blood. Okay, but then what's next to it is the negative RH factor. You read about that shit. Scary type of shit right there. Let me see. They're pain resistant. Okay, they love pain. They're fearless of death. They don't have fear. They don't. Did you see them jumping off of things? They're flying around and shit. until they hit a mountain, and then that's the end of them. They fly high up in the sky. Like I say, like the Isaac with the wax wings. Okay. I may have gotten his name wrong. Yeah. You know, the wax wings, you know, the Greek mythology. Okay. But whoa, there's a lot of things with white folks. They're the natural born racist. The God complex is bonded with the white folks who are racist. Okay. They basically said, if you look different from me, or especially if you're colored, the motherfuckers don't like your ass. You're a slave to them. That's why they created religion. From the Dark Ages to paganism to religion, okay? They have used all of that shit, plagiarized the older texts of religion from the Hindu scriptures, the Mahabharata, okay? Oh my goodness. They have the God complex. I consider the God complex a person who thinks they're above all others and all other races. I have a little bit of that myself, okay? Yeah. Like I say, I'm more special than you. I understand what the God complex is a little bit, okay? That's all I need to know, okay? I feel I'm better than you. I hear voices and shit, you say you don't, then automatically something's wrong with your ass, okay? All right, now look at the next subject, okay? I digress. Now, let's see, okay, lots of white hair. Did you know that if you start studying white folks all throughout this, they got a lot of white hair, more white hair than any. If you ever see a black person with all that white hair, then you know this mother been fucked by a white person. All right, that's genetics for your ass. That's genetic. You go to Africa, you don't see no white hair. You see a lot of black hair and shit, lots and lots of black hair, but no white hair. The true aboriginals don't have white hair unless they either fucked a white person. Okay. But I don't know if that's 100% fact, but it doesn't really matter. You see a lot of white hair with all these Darwinians type people, Socrates, you see white hair. Okay, that's a form of a slave due to slave thinking. That's an insanity project. Okay? Now, okay, what else is there about white folks? Okay, they have great coordination with long-range things. They'll fuck you up. You better be careful. And shooting. Don't do it. Mathematics and hacks. They are hackers to C++ and shit. Don't fuck with them. They think too much there. They have no other time on their hands. Their heritage, their peoples have blessed them with lots and lots of money. Okay, so they have plenty of time to do things on their own and sit there. Okay, they have suppressed mental illnesses. That's where the God complex has come from. Since I do have that too. Sometimes I hear a voice sometimes that talks to me and shit. Like, what you gonna do about this motherfuckers or these motherfuckers downstairs? What you gonna do about it? That's a God complex talking. I say, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I might just go a Columbine on the motherfuckers. Yeah, Columbine is white folks. They snap, gay. Don't fuck with them. They're the most dangerous. They kill a whole entire race. Okay, God. They have great memory. And that's all I gotta say about white folks right now. But if you can come up with other things, that's great too. Now on to the black person, okay? Black people. The Negroid. Okay, the Negroids, okay? Niggers, okay? Now, this is my experience. I told you before, my research and my experiences. Now, someone else, you may think differently. Okay, but I'm telling you, I lived in fucking Ethiopia. I traveled abroad. And if you didn't, you fucked already. And if you didn't have 2 menage a trois like I did, or 3 menage a trois that I had, like I have, and I'm boasting about it, then you have no right to say anything about what I have to say. Like now, okay? Like I told before, I'm the best of both worlds. And I'm just going on what I learned. And when I'm talking about black people, I'm talking about Aboriginal peoples. Because you don't really see too many white Aboriginal peoples. I've seen so many black Aboriginal peoples living in trees and huts in the Congo or in Amazon areas. I'm like, for real, they still exist? And even the white man will not tread on the lands of older Aboriginal blacks. Okay, keep that in mind. I've seen true Aboriginal people who are black living in trees and huts. A white man go in there speaking their language. How does he do it? Okay, taking pictures and shit. You got National Geographic. I'm like, where's the white Aboriginal people at? They're in the fucking caves, holding little aliens and shit in their hands and shit. They're not gonna tell you about that shit. They co-conspire with aliens in the dark graves. They're not gonna tell you about that shit either. Okay. But I hope I don't get killed for this. But please love me. I'm on the dark side, please. Don't kill me, please. Okay, don't torment my ass, okay? This shit is all on the YouTube. All right? But anyway, Aboriginal people are basically Africans or it doesn't matter what the name was before, okay? It doesn't matter if it's Ethiopian, niggas, or whatever the fuck. And then you got Nigerians, Zulu, okay? And the Jamaicans, Trinidadian, Trinidad, okay? Barbados, Ethiopian, brown to darker skinned people. That's it. They have certain features and characteristics about themselves. You can't figure it out, then you need to go watch the TV show called The Mentalist, okay? Because you're an idiot if you don't see these patterns. Now, okay, excuse me, I need a lozenge. I do have a cold, excuse me. And I'm making this video because, you know, now, okay, let me see. Blacks, okay, positive and negatives. You may take it negative or positive. They're earth thinkers. So they're not slave thinkers. I've not seen too many blacks who like to sit there and think. I like to think because I believe in genetics. And it's a very serious problem. They think of herbs and natural essence of the earth. That's maybe a good thing. It's a good thing. It's not even a bad thing, okay? Shh. Okay. Now, okay, the lazy thinkers. So you can put it in a nutshell. They don't want to think too much. That's not really, okay, it was live in peace, okay? Living in peace is a lazy thinker, okay? Dance coordinated, okay? A lot of black folks know how to dance. Be careful. They take over sports and music and stuff like that. They say the niggas are taking over. The niggas say, be careful. Okay, once the Negroes become aware, okay, their third eye. Oh yeah, and that's another thing. They don't have a third eye. Okay, white people have more of a third eye. Okay, even though blacks are more into the earth, okay, that's not third eye thinking. It's like, I thought evolution, okay, evolving is third eye opening, okay. But if you're stuck in the earth, foundation and grounded, okay, then you can't move, okay. You love the earth too much, okay. You don't want to improve on the earth, okay. Think about that. But of course, harmonics, high thinking with African Americans, Africans or whatever. You know what I told you before, the Negroid, okay. And arrogant, that's a negative. Egocentric, that's a negative. Simple-minded, okay. It could be simple-minded, yes, very simple-minded. That's where you stay away, okay. Okay, vaginal penetration. They usually don't do the ass, the booty. That shit doesn't exist. As time progresses, blacks will become getting up the booty because they're crossbreeding, okay. And when you crossbreed, you got a problem, okay. No longer will Negroes be just hitting the coochie anymore, okay. They'll be sticking their penises in the shitty ass. The shitty ass. Okay. It's not part of their culture. But let me continue. I digress. Highest beautiful race in the world. It's a fact, yo, I'm black. Hey, I'd rather be black than white, though. Even though I can suffer so much, though. But I say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I have my own little charms. Okay, lucky charms. Okay? And I don't even use my penis. But, of course, next subject. Okay, the highest race in the world, the highest beautiful. And why I say they're the most beautiful race in the world, because a lot of Caucasoid, the light-skinned fuckers, they like to fuck them on the side, okay? Throughout history of mankind, they get kidnapped and they get raped, they get kidnapped and raped. Even the Orientals did that shit. The Chinese despise black people, okay? Because of their big penises and, you know, how the Chinese think, you know what I'm saying? You know, so white people should be happy they're not Chinese. But the Chinese are doing their best to copy off the Caucasoid master races, okay? Or you want to call it the imperial races. Baseball and hockey. Okay. Now, okay, what's next? Afrocentric. Now, when I say Afrocentric, that could be a bad thing or a good thing. Either the Afrocentric woman or king is more down with bringing black people together with black power and also white power, saying that we are a strong race, or they can pull it down, okay? There's a negative and a positive to each side. An Afrocentric person who basically, you know, looks at whites as all the enemy because of the color of their skin, that is a black racist. That is the new age black racist. On the other hand, white people are racist because it's more extreme, okay? You know what I'm saying? But black people only racist towards only white people, not Orientals, okay? and other species of whites. Okay, you understand? All right. There's 20 minutes. Wow. Doing pretty good, right? Are you listening? Are you listening? You sure you're keeping in touch? You're not going sleepy now? Don't get sleepy. Now remember, racist for white folks is very extreme, okay? If you don't look like them, like the German, like the Hitler, you don't look like them, they will kill you. They don't like you. You're a slave. They don't even like the Chinese. They don't like the Orientals. Okay? And with black people, they just simply don't like white folks, okay? Because they know better, okay? But of course, okay, they're slaves. They are the more number one likely to be slaves than any other slaved or destroyed race. So the Indians sacrificed themselves. Okay, the Chinese will sacrifice themselves. They don't give a fuck. Okay, the Indians, the Hindu people, they tried to sacrifice themselves a lot. You hear a lot of them being in slavery? No, just blacks, okay? Because they gave up their own people, okay? Probably, okay? But of course, that's another subject. Okay? 21 minutes. Now, okay, athletic in obviously almost all sports. You see, Serena Williams, I think she should play that white guy. Okay, I think she should play that white guy and destroy him. Destroy his career. A woman beats him, a black woman with all them. I think she may be using steroids. Look at Michael Jordan. Okay? So for so long, Africans have been kept from the sports activities because of their humongous athletic abilities. But of course, that's karma for your ass, white crackers. That's what happens, okay? But now you have to suffer, okay? Is the Negroes taking over or not? We don't care anymore. That's what the crackers are saying. The smart ones, the elite ones. We don't give a fuck who's taking over anymore. It's about the mucho, baby. Now, okay, they're provocative, okay? They're provocative, naturally, of all any other races. You ain't gonna tell me that you take a black, highly attractive man and put a white, highly attractive man, who's gonna get more pussy? That's dumb, okay? You don't do it. I know this, okay? But, of course, white people will beg to differ and argue, okay? But, of course, people will gravitate towards white people because of the fact that mental psychosis and also manipulation, okay? Yes, over time, yes. But blacks don't really care about all that manipulation except charm and sex appeal. And I guess they have it hands down, unless manipulation is involved. Now, next subject. Of course, okay, they're fearful of death as fuck. You won't see any Africans jumping off no planes or bunching cordon. You won't see none of that shit. I said, I want to see a black person jump out of a plane. I want to see a black person ski. I want to see a black person, go scuba diving with the sharks, okay? You don't see it, don't you? You notice I'm getting down the pattern here, right? Okay, next subject. Okay, let me see. They're very social. Very social. Okay, so they're more social than white folks to a degree because you got. It's not a lot of Africans compared to Caucasoids all across the world. If you take it all in a nutshell, there's far more white folks than black folks. Okay, so you see that Africans socialize more to get more sex more. Okay, so they're more of a sexual sign than white folks are. Okay, I already told you white folks are more prone to fetishes and other types of sexual domination or dominatrix, okay, or submission or daddy, okay, whatever the fuck it is. Blacks are not interested in none of that shit, okay? They're the true niggas, okay? Zulus, okay? Well, niggas is usually Ethiopian or Harmic term, which I'm not going to use it too much, okay? All right, so next subject, okay? They're not pedophiles. White folks are pedophiles compared to black folks. Okay, get a little booty of a girl or a boy. That's just some terrible, terrible fucking thing. I just don't, I don't understand and comprehend how white folks want to fuck little boys. Okay, I don't see how that works. Okay, that just twists my mind. Okay, but we're all animals. We're all animals. Black folks don't think like that. Now, okay, let's see. Okay, they're not into fetishes. Okay, and I guess that's all I want to say. Now, this is 25 minutes for a reason. I say this because that's what I read and what I learned on the internet, okay, and also what I observed, stereotypically and factually, okay, most likely so. And if you don't want to believe me, you can get the fuck off my page. Fly your little ass off my page. Fly. If you think I'm a racist, fly your ass off my little page. Fly your ass off my page. Okay, because you're an idiot. And of course, I do wear my glasses to fool the masses because a lot of people are biased and they think that if I wear my glasses, they think I'm super intelligent, especially if I'm monotone. Monotone means I talk in a very dull and a very explicit term. Not explicit, but really a boring term of psychology. You want me to be? Do you want me to be that way? Do you want me to be boring and just talk sophisticated words to you and read off a screen what I'm reading? Okay, no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I do. Okay, I try to make you smile. Okay, all right, I don't want to do that. I'm my own psychologist. I have my own clients. Okay, you know, other people don't have clients. Okay, do you need a degree to have everything you need? No, you don't need degrees, but I have degrees. I have degrees. Okay, but you don't have to take my word for it. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to my videos, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Love and peace to you all. That's genetic characteristics. That's long because people don't understand these things. And I need to get it out there. And I'm not a racist. But if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you put it down below. If you don't like what I say, get the fuck off the page. Don't speak to you dumb motherfuckers. Okay? Peace.